worried about the port or the ocean, but never go there. And highest alert is necessary. Yokohama Port will have a full tide after 4 p.m. The water level may rise, so please be cautious. In Kanto Tokai regions, through 6 p.m., full tide is expected, so high waves and high surges are the areas where we need caution. This is Minobu Town in Yamanashi Prefecture with a live view. The river water in the town has been rising with flashes. You see muddy water in Minobu Town, Yamanashi Prefecture. And the water level is approaching the ground, so the water level may rise further, so caution is necessary. It's very dangerous to move, even by car, so please try not to go outside. Heavy rain special warning has been issued to Hakone Town, Kanagawa Prefecture. You see a very fast flow of muddy waters because of the Typhoon Hagibis in Kanto and Koshin-Etsu regions. Torrential rains is falling in the 48 hours up to 3 p.m. in Hakone Town, Kanagawa Prefecture. More than 700 millimeters of water have fallen. Ichiyama Town in Izu, Shizuoka Prefecture, 600 millimeters of water have fallen. It's a record-breaking in Kanto and Koshin-Etsu regions. Heavy rain, unprecedented before, might have caused serious disasters. So, in Shizuoka, Kanagawa, Tokyo, Saitama, Gunma, Yamanashi, and Nagano prefectures have been issued with the special emergency heavy rain warnings at 3:30 by the Meteorological Agency. The highest level of 5 alert is necessary, and you need to ensure your safety as well. Because of the rain, Ibaraki Prefecture, Gunma, Tochigi, Saitama, Kanagawa, Yamanashi, Nagano, Shizuoka, Nara, Miyagi, and Fukushima prefectures have been issued with the bulletin as a warning against mudslides. From western Japan to Tohoku, in a very broad range of areas, a heavy rain is expected, particularly in Kanto and Tokai region. Torrential rain is expected. By noon tomorrow morning, in the 24 hours, 600 millimeters of rain in Tokai, 500 in Hokuriku, 400 in Tohoku and Kanto Koshin are likely. According to the Meteorological Agency, very powerful Typhoon Hagibis is moving north-northeast at a pace of 30 kilometers per hour at 3 o'clock in Izu and Tokai and Kansai regions. Some of them are already in the storm zone. The typhoon is maintaining its force and may make landfall in southern Kanto or Shizuoka, and record-breaking stormy wind is expected. In Tokai and Kanto Koshin, the 215 km per hour of wind is expected. And the wind is going to be very rough. So by early tomorrow morning, from western Japan to northern Japan, the tidal level is going to be very high. In Shizuoka, record-breaking storm surges may occur. And you need to be cautious against the mudslides, flooding, and overflowing of the rivers. Even if the wind and rain is not so strong, the situation may get worse because of the typhoon. So please check your surroundings, and please check on with your neighbors. And if it's dangerous to move to a shelter, please move to a stronger building nearby, or move to a second floor above, and move to a room on the opposite side of the cliff to ensure your safety. And even if your region is away from the center of the typhoon, there can be a gusty wind like tornadoes, so caution is necessary.
And some information on emergency discharge of water from dams in Kanagawa Prefecture. Authorities have decided to discharge water from the Shiroyama Dam from 5 p.m. That was scheduled, but authorities now say that the discharge of the dam water will happen later because the amount of rainfall flowing into the dam is less than expected. The time of the water discharge is not determined yet, but the public will be alerted 1 hour before the discharge takes place. Kanagawa Prefecture authorities say that they will discharge water from the Shiroyama Dam, but the scheduled time of the discharge, which was 5 p.m., has been postponed. And we're joined by our disaster specialist. With the approach of Typhoon Hagibis in Kanagawa Prefecture, the authorities are preparing for the discharge of water from the Shiroyama Dam. The time of the discharge has been postponed. And with the discharge, what can happen? The Shiroyama Dam is in the northwest part of Sagamihara City in Kanagawa Prefecture, and the water flows from the dam to the Sagami Bay. And along the river is Sagamihara City, Zama City, Ebina City, Chigasaki City, Atsugi City, Hiratsuka City, many cities. And the emergency discharge, when that begins, it does not immediately trigger major flooding. But the dam stores water to prevent the downstream rivers from flooding. But after a certain level, the dam cannot store the water anymore. So what it does is to discharge the same amount of water that the dam has taken in as rainfall. That is the emergency discharge. So the discharge takes place taking into consideration the amount of rainfall. So if there's heavy rain, there will be a great flow of water downstream. And right now, they have decided to postpone the discharge because the amount of rainfall that has accumulated in the dam is less than what they expected. And the typhoon is still approaching, so the amount of rainfall may change. So they had announced that they would do an emergency discharge, but because they had made the decision to do that before the typhoon strikes, it means that this is a very severe situation. And what will happen when the rain continues to fall is that this is a map of the areas where flooding may take place. If there is heavy rainfall along the Sagami River, these are the places which are likely to suffer flooding. The dark red shows the places with the most expected severe flooding. And this map is available from the authorities' website. And this heavy rainfall is almost unprecedented. If 547 millimeters of rain falls over a 48-hour period along the river, they are anticipating severe consequences. So the map shows where the risks are high. So refer to the map and identify which area your home is in. So people who will take a long time to evacuate to a designated shelter, such as elderly people, they need to be prepared. And we have a news conference from the Meteorological Agency, which has issued the emergency warning for heavy rain. The Meteorological Agency officials has this to say. In Tokyo and 6 other prefectures, we issued an emergency warning for heavy rain. Shizuoka, Kanagawa, Tokyo, Saitama, Gunma, Yamanashi, and Nagano. An emergency warning for heavy rain was issued to these places and to municipalities in these prefectures. And in these municipalities, they're experiencing rain that has never been experienced before. in particular in the areas that require vigilance for mudslides and areas where flooding is expected, it is quite likely that some sort of disaster has already occurred. So we call on the residents to do everything possible to increase their chances of survival. And the alert level we have issued is level 5 on the scale of 1 to 5. If it is difficult, do not try to go to a designated shelter. If it is too late, seek shelter in the nearest sturdy building or go to the higher levels of a building. Try to keep yourself as safe as possible. If that is even too dangerous, please go to a room on the second story or higher of your house and stay in a room which is the furthest away from a cliff or a slope. Do everything possible to increase your chances of survival. And places which have not experienced disasters in the past may be hit by disaster this time. Past experiences are not a good reference, and we may increase the municipalities and areas where we issue our emergency warning for heavy rain. With the approach of the typhoon, winds will become stronger. Protect your life, and to protect the lives of the people near you, your family, and the people you cherish, please do not wait for the authorities to issue the emergency warning for heavy rain. Please follow the instructions issued by the local authorities, including level 4 alert, and when you seek shelter or when you evacuate to a designated shelter or other places, please pay attention to what surrounds you. Please. There is information on the Japan Meteorological Agency website on the danger levels of the area that surrounds you.
This is the status of the issuance of the emergency warning. The red is the emergency warning for heavy rain. Actually, the emergency warning has been issued to the areas in purple. The areas in red are issued with warning against heavy rain. From Izu Peninsula to Kanagawa Prefecture, Yugawara, Hakone, Odawara, and Western Kanagawa, Tama region, Chichibu region, and Gunma western part, and Nagano Prefecture, Yamanashi prefectures. On the east, because of the moist air from the west are vulnerable to heavy rain, the total precipitation amount is increasing in these areas. To these municipalities, emergency warning for heavy rain has been issued. This shows the distribution of the risk level, particularly in the areas with a higher precipitation level. The risks for landslide and also the flooding are rising. The light purple, or for very dangerous, dark purple, extremely dangerous, are spreading in a broad area for both mudslides and also flooding. Regarding this heavy rain, unlike local heavy rain, it's falling in a broad range of areas with the increasing total precipitation, not only with the small-sized rivers, but also in the large rivers. The water level is rising with the increased risks of flooding. That's a feature. So right now, the Irumagawa Basin, Tamagawa River, Asakawa River, Sagamigawa River in the mid-basin, in Chikumagawa River upstream, Shinanogawa River, and Arakawa have been issued with the flood risk bulletin. So very high level of alert is necessary. As for flood damage in the Kanto plain and also in Nagano, Yamanashi, and Shizuoka prefectures, partly the danger is rising. The typhoon is very powerful. It's large and powerful. The 19th typhoon this year in Shimoda City, south-southwest. It's moving at the pace of 30 kilometers per hour, north-northwest. Right now, the highest likely timing of making landfall is around 6 p.m. on Izu Peninsula. There's a possibility of making landfall or may pass the area. It will continue to move northeast or north-northeast at around 9 p.m. It may pass near the sky above Tokyo, Kanagawa prefecture, Tokyo, Saitama, Ibaraki will be passed by the typhoon, and early tomorrow morning it will move off the coast of Fukushima. So typhoon is going to approach. The center of the typhoon will be closer, so wind and rain is going to be stronger from now on further. It's not shown here, but in Chiba, moist southeasterly wind is raising the temperatures to 25 degrees. In inland areas, temperatures are lower, so right now, in areas with higher temperatures in Chiba prefecture, very strong wind is likely. So the risk of rainfall was the main factor we were trying to follow, but in Kanto plain, including Chiba prefecture, there's going to be a very strong wind, so caution is necessary. As for the meteorological satellite image, the typhoon was in the south of Japan. We were able to see the eye of the typhoon. It's gone once, but at one point in the morning, an eye of the typhoon was formed again. And according to the latest satellite image, around the typhoon, you see very developed rain clouds in a circle. So it is maintaining very strong momentum. Typhoon is maintaining very powerful force. As for the conditions right now, the precipitation in the 24 hours in Shizuoka, Kanagawa, and Tokyo, Tama region, Saitama, Gunma, and Yamanashi and Nagano prefectures, emergency warning for special heavy rain has been issued, a record-breaking or the record for the month of October.
This is what I explained earlier. At around 6 p.m., it may make landfall or pass through the Izu Peninsula and will move north-northeast, and early tomorrow morning it is expected to move off to the waters off Fukushima. So the wind and rain will intensify this evening, so further caution is required. And this is the forecast for tomorrow, 9 a.m. At this point, the typhoon will be off the shore of Sanriku. Between 6 p.m. and tomorrow at 6 p.m., the rainfall over that 24-hour period will be 250 millimeters in Kanto Koshin and 150 in Tokai. So most of this rain will fall tonight. And after the typhoon moves to the shores of Sanriku, the weather will improve rapidly. And the forecast for storm winds and high waves, the maximum instantaneous wind velocities in Tokai and Izu will be 162 kilometers per hour, and maximum instantaneous wind velocity 216 kilometers per hour in Tokai and Izu Islands and in the Kanto Koshin region. And the height of the waves through tomorrow in Tokai, Kanto, and Izu, 13 meters. That is record high for waves in the Kanto region. It is record breaking. So caution is required for the compound damage, which could be done by storm surges together with the high waves. Coastal facilities may suffer severe damage. That is the sort of force that the waves will have, so caution is required. That was a news conference from the Meteorological Agency. We're back with our reporter. Can you summarize the news conference for us? The official said that disasters may already have occurred, and people need to do their best to increase their chances of survival and to protect their lives. And the important thing he said was that places which normally do not suffer disaster may be hit by disaster and suffer damage this time.
Once again, here is the latest on Typhoon Hagibis. The Japan Meteorological Agency has issued heavy rain emergency warnings for many parts of central and eastern Japan. The warnings were at the highest level in the agency's 5-stage scale. The designated areas are Shizuoka Prefecture, Kanagawa Prefecture, Tokyo, Saitama Prefecture, Gunma Prefecture, Yamanashi Prefecture, and Nagano Prefecture. These areas are experiencing severe rainfalls that are seen only once in several decades. There is an imminent danger of landslides and flooding. Level. Prefecture, Yamanashi Prefecture, and Nagano Prefecture. These areas are experiencing severe rainfalls that are seen only once in several decades. There is an imminent danger of landslides and flooding. Level.
Down. I'm not sure. Greetings, everybody. So this is the supermarket. Kanai and I came back from Fukuoka last night. Our flight was canceled. It was a Jetstar flight from Fukuoka back to Narita. It was canceled. The flight departed at 8. It was supposed to depart at 8 p.m. We had to take the last Shinkansen at 5:35 that got into Tokyo around that time. And we just made it back to Tokyo late last night. Nothing in our refrigerator. We came to the supermarket, closed. It's closed. Shimatta. Kyo yatsumi. Hi. It's tight to say. The supermarket is closed today, even though the lights are on. And she, like us, does not have any food. And these people coming in here are going to be quite disappointed. This is the beginning of it. This isn't, the typhoon hasn't really hit. This is maybe the first band. I'm in a protected area. You can see. They're going to find out that it's closed. This is the third supermarket I went to as well. His daughter goes, it's closed. This is the third supermarket I've been to. Kanai and I don't have milk or eggs, so we can't make an omelet. but the way worse. Way worse. I'm smiling because I'm always smiling, but this is a really serious situation. Can I went to another convenience store to try to find something else, and I'm going one more to another convenience store just to find milk and eggs and things like this, because we turned our refrigerator off when we went to Fukuoka to try to clean it. Bad timing, bad mistake. We have very little food. We'll be able to manage for 2 days, I think, but yeah, these are the kind of situations where you have to be really well prepared, and the reason why that there isn't a lot of food in the supermarket, I did go to one yesterday. The shelves were bare. Everybody had taken all the cup noodles, things that were don't require electricity to make, because there's a good chance the electricity will go out in the last typhoon. The big one that hit this area, Chiba did not have power for over a week, many areas of Chiba, and that meant that refrigerations of food went bad and people were hungry. So this storm, a lot of people have stocked up on instant ramen and things like this, and there was none available at the supermarket. So I'm trying to fight for my family's survival. Now, it's not as bad as that. This is a super typhoon. If you look on the map, and I recommend that people do that just so they understand how serious of a situation. So I'm going back across this river here. The size of the typhoon is about the size of Japan itself. It's massive. It's a super typhoon. This is the start of it. You can already see bands of wind on the bridge there, with the rain coming down. I've seen some umbrellas fly. The bridge is really not the ideal place to be, but I'm searching for food, and it's better to do it now than later. You can't even see the Tokyo sky tree, which would be right in the center of your screen, completely swallowed. I can see just a little bit of it sometimes, the base of it. Right, we got some people from the Philippines. Whoa! We got some people from the Philippines writing in that they're praying for Japan. We know that the Philippines goes through some really strong storms. You can see on the Sumida River right now, bands of rain and wind coming across the surface of the Sumida River. Again, this is just a start. This is safe. I know this because the train lines are still in operation. The train lines are still in operation for another couple of hours. If you are away from your home in Japan, get home. The trains in the city of Tokyo most of them are stopping between 12, which is an hour away from me now, and 2 p.m. And then the trains will be stopped all day until tomorrow. Probably midday tomorrow, because after a typhoon of this size, this magnitude, the train companies, including the subways, will do security checks to make sure the integrity of the lines are still okay and that there's no problems with it. Whoa, my umbrella is starting to pick up some wind through here. I hope that the audio quality is pretty good. It's getting pretty windy out here, but once again, this is the start of it all. So we're still good for, I have about 30 minutes before I really do need to get home. There's a guy right now, he's in some rainwear. He's ready for some serious wind, or is he? The bridge is pretty windy at the center of it. But Mr. Potter writes in here on the live stream that the chance of electricity outage is very high, and he's correct. Again, we had a power outage for over a month. Japan's electricity lines are all all over ground, I should say, because we have earthquakes. It's very easy for some of these power lines to be knocked down, especially the big main ones near power stations. Whoa, my umbrella's starting to pick up a little wind like a kite. This is the Tsukuda area, and I'm in search of food. I should go across this bridge, but I'm a little bit worried. Here comes a bus coming across. You can see it, just the amount of rain. It's not as bad right now, but about 30 minutes ago, it really was coming down. Flights are canceled. I know a lot. Whoa! Ah! I've lost it. I've lost the umbrella. Flights are canceled. You know, one of my college buddies, his name is Mike Bettis. He's a storm chaser for the Weather Channel. Mike, if you're watching this, I know you're not. It's probably in. Come to Japan and cover this storm because you bring a strong umbrella. They don't last very long. Mike and I went to Ohio State University. I take my inspiration in times of storms from him. He almost lost it in a twister once, but this isn't as bad. It's safe right now. Train lines are still running. Just stay away from the coast. There's a couple of things I still want to tell people. Stay away from the coast. Stay away from rivers. Try to stay elevated because I think Nagoya area had predictions of up to 1 meter of rain. So that's 3 feet of rain is going to be dumped within 48 hours. Most of that in probably a little amount of time. This is crazy. It's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad. So I'm gonna just take shelter here for like 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna sign off on this live stream. We still gotta buy food. There's a sign here telling people to be careful because of the typhoon. Again, we're just at the start of it. It hasn't really picked up, but I recommend that everybody gets indoors within the next 30 minutes. It's telling everybody to stay away from the river because of the typhoon. There could be some flooding. And I bet you that it does go over the top during this storm. So once again, Japan is very well prepared for typhoons. I'm just going to put this umbrella away. I can't even do that. Typhoon is Japan is very well prepared for storms. So when they do, again, like we're right between the bands of rain, so it's okay. We got a shot of the Tokyo Skytree right now. I'm pretty sure that wherever you are in the world, that this storm is going to hit your news your local news because it's pretty big storm. Japan, Tokyo had never had anything like it. Again, stay away from rivers, stay away from coastlines. If you are traveling, get home now. I'm talking to myself. And don't. These are also times where we will rely on our neighbors and why we have good relationships with our neighbors. If we don't have food, we'll probably get an egg or two, maybe a couple cups of rice. We'll be okay because I know my neighbors. I always make a point of doing it. You should too. Be a good person in your community. But this is a very serious time. A lot of the windows are bolted. Stores are closed. Flights are canceled. If you are now a tourist visiting Japan, probably go to the convenience store, get some bottles of water just in case. Your hotel will guide you. The management there probably has has experience in dealing with their guests at times of crisis, so you should be fine. Most of it is for earthquakes right now. But, yeah, looking very calm. He's going to go over the bridge. He's going to fly away. Just saying. How does an umbrella stay so nice? He came up for a selfie.
The long range.
All right, I'm out here live streaming, but I'm trying to give information to people. NHK also has a really good live coverage. They have information that's updated all the time. Shinkansen will be stopping as well. I don't think that there are many running. I know last night, JR had done a pretty good job of making sure that people got a place to stay and get out of the hotel. These umbrellas were not made for typhoons. Typhoon season in Japan happens between August. I guess you can see them in June and July, but around August when the waters get warm in the Pacific, and they can go all the way till November. This is typhoon season, and they just hit. But the rest of the time, you can see the clouds are really starting to move here. But the rest of the time, it's really beautiful in June and in September and October in Japan, but right now, not so much. Not so much. Mr. Potter, for your umbrella funeral. Thank you. And Harry Lynn, stay safe and buy a new umbrella. I'm gonna do that at the convenience store. I think we don't have a choice. Before I go back, there's a Lawson's over here. I thought this island would be less populated. I might have been wrong. So let me cross the street and see what we can find. Again, both of the supermarkets on this side of the river are closed. There's another 24-hour supermarket that I hit last night. I got some bare supplies, a 300 milliliter packet of milk, which will probably be swallowed up on my coffee. I need coffee filters. Ah! How am I gonna make coffee? All right, the wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Yeah. So if you are stranded here, like Alex from Germany, who's been a really good contributor to the live streams, Alex, stay safe. His flight back to Germany was canceled, so he's still here for another day. Cheryl and Luke and Austin are probably trapped here for another day, so stay safe, guys. And a lot of other viewers who wanted to meet up in this yesterday because we were going to do a midnight snack run, stay safe, because that's not going to happen today. Matsukoshi's open. Is that open? Oh, he's closing it right now. He's closing it now for the day. So they're actually allowing people in to get medicines and stuff, and then they're closing. That's really nice of him. This is when the community comes together. The last store open is this Matsumoto Kyoshi. You can see the lights are out. Usually this is the brightest store on the block here, but they're allowing people in just to get some supplies, some things like water and such. Maybe I'm gonna try to do that. Let me see what they got in here. The shelves are pretty bare, where the water is, you see. There's not much in here. There's some tea, some snacks. People are stocking up on bags of potato chips and things like that. Looks like Alex is here in the chat. That's good. Stay safe, man. All right, right now it gets quiet like this. Hey, Danny. No, Typhoon can't make me stop smiling. It's hard. I know this is a really tough situation. I try to look at the positives of everything. Even in a typhoon, maybe it'll clean away some of the dirt on the streets. I don't know. But Japan is very well prepared for this kind of a storm. We've been through some really big typhoons. We've been through earthquakes. We've been through a lot of things. So you can see the wind, the bands of wind. Yeah, I'm walking around, so I don't have to take a train home. But if you do, just realize that most trains are done by 1 and 2 p.m., which is about an hour and a half from now. So, everybody, please.
Prefecture, Yamanashi Prefecture, and Nagano Prefecture. These areas are experiencing severe rainfalls that are seen only once in several decades. There is an imminent danger of landslides and flooding. Level.
例えばですね、すでに土砂災害警戒区域に指定されているところ、あるいは浸水想定区域に指定されているところといったようなところ以外ですね、現象がですね、極めて稀な現象ということで、これまでの記録からではわからないようなですね、危険度の高まりというものが起こりうることを念頭に、行動してほしいという意味を込めております。 先ほどの総雨量に関してのご質問ですけれども、もうすでに伊豆半島とか箱根の方では600ミリ、700ミリというような状況ですので、このような状況の中で台風が近づいてくるということで、1000ミリを超えるような雨総雨量になるんではないかと見ております。
各社さんよろしいでしょうか。それではここまでとさせて。
川が増水しているのはこの場所だけではない恐れがあります。近くの河川の状況だけで
はい。時間は今3時を過ぎたところかな。だいぶやばい状況になってきてます。だからもうやばいです。先ほど行ったところはもう水没して、行くことができません。
皆様こんにちは、キーボ役です。時刻は、本日は、公暦2600。
水位が上がるのか、さっきと同じところです。なんか木が折れてるし、なんか魚が飛び跳ねてる。マジか。水門のところ、こんな感じ。
What's up, everyone?